And then
I think this whole Ozempic thing is like that came out right after nobody wanted to get
the
vaccinated.
Ozempic.
What is Ozempic?
That weight loss drug, the diabetes drug.
Diabetes?
I don't even know it.
Oh,
what?
Grant,
No.
you gotta get. You need to get.
No,
on
you don't
this.
need it.
I need to get on it.
No, you don't need to on it.
Come on, I work out hard.
No, I think it
you
was
need to talk about it, not on it.
So Ozempic or Mounjaro or semaglutide, whatever, it is a diabetes medication that they are now giving to people who are not diabetic or diabetic, whatever, to lose weight rapidly. And I'm talking like rapid
weight loss.
And I'm talking the fastest. That is, they are calling it a miracle. And people I know are on it. My friends, I'm shocked.
It is so crazy. The company that creates it is in Denmark. It is so insane that people get this, that the Denmark, oh my gosh, why can't I talk?
Medical? I don't know.
No, the whole country is actually in the best shape ever because there's so much money going to Denmark from this one drug.
It was just insane. I mean, all over social media because they said that the Kardashians got so thin because, they are everybody looks at them as everyone wants to be them. So when they had the big butts, everyone got a big butt.
Right.
When you're thicker, so thick was the thing. And now, Kim and Khloe got real tiny. So now everybody wants to be that thin. And it was a rumor that the celebrities are using this drug. But now everybody can have it. But what would be scary to me is not knowing what the side effects of that are.
And the doctors who are prescribing it?
Oh, you can get it on the side. You can get it
where you get Botox.
Come on. They're just...
Anyone. It's crazy. And there are side effects that are really scary.
But we don't know the long term.
Yeah.
So I just got prescribed metformin. Do you know what this is?
No.
It's a diabetes drug, but it's supposed to be for long-term health. And there was a study done that diabetics who were on this metformin had lower rates of cancer later. So my anti-aging doc's like, you got to do this, and it's been around forever, this drug. There's really no side effect. So I'm thinking about it, but I don't know. I mean, I'm all hyped up on testosterone and all kinds of other hormones, but
yeah, but this is not a hormone. This is just an injection.
It's an injection.
Yeah, it's a shot.
It slows down your
digestion. So it backs it all up for you so you feel full.
That cannot
longer.
be
Give me
healthy.
the name of this again. What is the name of this?
Ozempic.
Ozempic.
Or semaglutide.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the pen doesn't work.
Do you want me to try it out for you guys to see if it works?
No. I don't think that's a good idea at all. I mean, some people have been on it and they don't see anything, but then you see a bunch of people. And it's not, a lot of people are saying it's for obese people, which is great, which obviously for them, I think clearly being obese is unhealthy. Although that might be an argument. I might get in trouble for saying that.
No, I did a piece on my Real America's Voice show. The Vogue had a cover that says fat is healthy.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
so now you have
I said, how in the world does that work?
Yeah, I don't think so.
No, I don't think so. And then, you got Lizzo
Mm-hmm.
out there saying she's the new beautiful. Well, it's fine if you think you're beautiful, but that's not the new beautiful.
Like being overweight.
Yes.
Yes.
Like obesely overweight.
Well, so now there's the other argument that if you try to lose weight, if you're heavy and you try to lose weight, you are fat phobic. So there's that.
So do you see what is happening? This is all, I promise you, coming from the left and the media, and it's all about political correctness. And it's all about driving how you should think, and they want to drive how you should think because you don't want to offend anybody else. Don't offend anybody. Well, heck, we live in a country where offending people is part of our culture. Don't be afraid of offending. Stand up for what you believe in. You ask me what I'm doing, be bold.
Yeah.
Don't be shy. Stop whispering and just say what you believe in. I don't care if you're a liberal, then be a liberal.
Yeah.
But believe something.
Now,
but also allow others to have their own other views. I mean, I don't understand that part.
Exactly. And they want to shut it down. If you don't agree with them, then they will shut you down.
Yeah, that's true. And I saw, I think on your story or maybe something you posted, you had a something to say about the Barbie movie, correct?
Yeah, so I'm torn about the Barbie movie.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it either, which made me totally unqualified to comment on it. But it didn't stop me.
Yeah, I know. Yes.
So I'm looking at a lot of the scenes, and I'm thinking they kind of ruined Barbie. Like, even I love Barbie. I didn't like to play with Barbie, but I like the look of Barbie. Heck, you're kind of a Barbie.
Yeah.
You're kind of a Barbie. I like Barbie. You got the pink on, and it's great. So they made Barbie out like you got to hate men. And like, at least the scenes that I'm seeing, like they made men out to be wimps. Toxic masculinity is a good thing. We need more men in society today. We're losing men at a very, very fast clip. This whole transgender mania is all about taking men out of society.
I agree with you.
Yeah, I have said also taking women out too, though. Like
yes.
taking everything that makes a woman special, they're taking that also. So I always find it interesting when it's like a feminist issue. I'm like, well, you know that they're taking everything away that makes us special. Like, you know, saying like men can have periods now and like
they can breastfeed.
They can breastfeed. Yeah.
I mean,
so I think that worries me also. That's that stuff.
So you know the big question in Congress that they're asking all these people, and I'll ask you, and then I'll ask you, what is a woman?
That first of all, that's one of my favorite documentaries.
It was great, that documentary, actually.
So great. And I also, if you haven't seen the documentary, you should watch it. To our audience, but I loved when he went to the other countries, and they were like, well, they're in Africa, I think, or something.
Yeah.
He was somewhere, and they were like, I'd never heard of that before. Like, what is going on?
Right.
But I mean, I don't know. I mean, I would assume the chromosome, like the XY, X.
Yeah,
right?
that would make sense.
I mean,
the
I am
to
a
have
woman.
a baby.
Yeah, have a baby. And then that argument, though, is what if you can't have a baby? Are you not a woman?
But you still are a woman.
You still are a woman.
I mean,
yes, you have ovaries.
Yes.
Yes.
And you have breasts, and you have all these things that make a woman. I think the chromosome thing was probably the most literal, because if you say have babies, you're offending women who can't have babies.
Right.
So are you saying they're not a woman? So there's all that stuff too.
I'm so disturbed with that big ad with all the bloody clothes
Of
with
the
the
men.
men, and they can have their periods.
It's
And I'm like,
ridiculous.
why?
We have gone off the deep end as a
Yes.
society. Like nothing makes sense anymore.
No.
Yeah, that stuff freaks me out a little bit.
Yeah.
The whole, a lot of that part I don't, and the women, the men and women's sports, and
Oh, that I think is horrible.
I think that's, or the men and women's bathrooms. I think that concerns me for young people.
Mm-hmm.
How do you know that a man just says he wants to be a woman for the sake of going in the female restroom?
We've seen it happen before.
I know. So that's scary to me.
There was a very bad case out of California where a boy dressed up as a girl goes into a girl's room and I believe he murdered this little girl, raped her or something like that.
Yeah.
Something bad.
Something
really bad.
That's scary, because you feel like your young kid. I mean, not that you would send a little kid to the bathroom, but like young teenagers or anyone is not safe going to the restroom. That's crazy.
So the question that I've asked is, why is this the issue of our time? When it amounts to like 0.1%, if that, of our society.
Right.
And yet this is the only issue that we can
To
talk
talk
about now.
about.
It's meant to divide us.
Yeah.
And it's meant to take our eye off the ball as well. The problem is we have to take our eye off the ball because you have to push back against that. Because, you know, look at this Riley Gaines, this swimmer. And now she works all her life to be an Olympic swimmer and a national champion. And she's getting beat by a dude? So
It's unbelievable.
who thinks that's okay?
Right.
Nobody.
That's what I was saying back to where I said I think they're taking everything, anything for a woman, it's taking that away, because all the men, you will beat a woman. I mean, it's just, we're not made the same.
Right.
So that is sad, especially for them. The people who worked so hard to go to like the Olympics and stuff, I think. I don't know.
Crazy.
Yeah. So that, maybe those are my concerns.
And I'm going to ask you anyways, because I don't care maybe I'll bleep something out,
Okay.
but how do you feel about the effects that are starting to come out more and more? I mean, how many more people do we have to see drop dead at 16 and 19 and 23? And personally, we know of a lot of people that have heart issues. You had students with it. I have a friend who actually
Having health problems.
Who has health problems that are insane. She is healthy her whole entire life. She herself will say, ever since I got these, I'm not right.
So, as a guy who's been deplatformed from YouTube for talking about these very, very issues, I like you two a lot, and I don't want to see you get taken out. I guess you'd get one strike first. You guys got strikes on YouTube?
No strikes, but
no strikes.
I may not air it. It's okay. This is not live,
okay.
so we can talk about everything. I just really want to know your opinion.
I'm going to try to do it in a way that can air it. And I want everybody out there who's watching this or listening to this to know that what a shame we live in a country where I've got to worry about what I say because I'm worried about my friends being deplatformed from YouTube.
That is sad, actually.
It's really sad.
Yeah.
How do we get to a point in America where the First Amendment, the freedom of speech is so important, and I've got to be worried about telling you the truth about these? We know that if you're 4 times vaccinated, which is ridiculous that you would get 4 of these things, you are 4 times more likely to get than the unvaxxed right now. So clearly the vaccine didn't work. We rushed it to market. We had no idea what the side effects were. We know for a fact that young adults are dropping down with this myocarditis at record numbers. It's like, I don't know the exact percentage, 400, 500, 600% more than was happening in years previous to 2020.
Yes, and there are statistics now. You can find it.
Statistics.
Yes.
I asked Dr. Peter McCullough, who comes on my program all the time. He's one of the premier guys.
Fan.
You guys should get him on. He'll come on. He lives in Dallas. You can get him in studio.
Way.
Yes.
I love him.
I don't know who that is.
Oh,
do I? Maybe I need to see.
He's a great guy when it comes to that. I asked him specifically. I said, was there anybody this worked for? Was there somebody who should have taken it? He says, after all my research, no. He was head of cardiology at Baylor. This is not a quack.
No.
Right.
I've got another doctor in Houston. He was head of oncology, ocular oncology, right? So the eyes. He's become an expert in all this stuff. He says, this is bad news. We don't know even some of the long-term effects of it, but I could tell you I'm not, and I survived.
Neither we.
And I'm not even convinced that COVID is killing these people. There were 0 cases of the flu in 2020. 0.
I know.
0 cases of the flu.
Yeah.
And why did they put everybody on ventilators? Like, why? What happened with the normal oxygen? Like, they wouldn't even do that first. It was just immediate ventilators. They all died.
And now you see the FDA comes out and says ivermectin can be used to treat COVID-19.
Yep.
Okay. I believe the CDC was against it too. They were all against it. They all thought President Trump was crazy. They tweeted out, "You're not a horse. Stop it, people." And now they say it's okay to use.
Well, right.
Everything we said, and I said, I'm not even a doctor. Everything I said going in has all turned out to be true. It's amazing. All my conspiracy theories turn out to be true. It's amazing what we're living in.
Yeah, that's crazy too because it's happening so fast.
Yeah, and that's the crazy part. And Joe Rogan too. I mean, he used all that, and then they actually altered his video to make him.
I
look
do
sick.
remember that.
I'm like, what the heck is happening?
Yeah, that was crazy. I think, the kids worried me with that too. Is what would happen to the kids.
And you think kids weren't dying of this?
No,
there were no kids dying of this disease.
They said that, and then all of a sudden they pushed a on them. I was so confused.
And made them.
Are they still doing this? Are they still pushing back?
Some school districts are still doing it.
Oh, the school district. Like their kids.
Some colleges are still doing it.
They are. Dang.
I have a friend whose husband works for a company here in Dallas. They're from California. He still has to test once a week. Well, he can't go into.
It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
Oh, take the test.
Yes.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
Yeah. I called the China virus. I call it a hoax on the healthy. If you were healthy, you didn't need any of this stuff. You're going to be fine. Maybe you get sick for a little bit. I had it like 3 times.
I had it too.
No big deal. If you were obese, you had comorbidities, and everybody dying, by the way, had 3 or 4 comorbidities. It wasn't even like 1 comorbidity. It was you had diabetes, you had cancer, you were fat, and you had some other disease. Then you were dying.
Where do you see do you see a light at the end of the tunnel? Where do you see all of this going? Do you feel like people are listening? Like, what do you see happening in the future? Is it going to get worse? Better?
You wonder, how does it get any worse than where we're at right now?
I know, but
with freedom of speech being shut down, I'm telling you, and I know you guys know, and I've said I'm biased. If President Trump does not win this election, we are screwed as a nation. I don't know how we come out of it.
What happens?
They want us destroyed. They want us put in jail. They want us shut down. They tried to take AM radio off. Who do you think capitalizes on AM radio? Conservative talk. The Democrats offered up a bill to remove AM radio from all new cars.
What?
Yeah, what? Exactly. What? The only reason they would do that is to take conservatives like myself, who does AM radio in Los Angeles, off the air. The war is on. They will do it nothing to stop us. And so by President Trump winning, you send them a message, you can't do this anymore.
So, but if they stole the election, like you say, once, why wouldn't they do it again?
Well, they would. And they're trying to.
So I guess also, too, we wonder, like, what is the point? Why would you want to destroy this country? I don't understand.
Why?
I believe they want to break it down and build it up as a communist nation. They want socialism and communism in this country.
Why?
Well, think about what the Democrats are doing right now. Think about what they're doing with the illegal immigration right now. So I love legal immigrants. You're a legal immigrant. You came to this country. My great-grandfather came from Italy. He built a business of 700 men. This country was built on immigrants, but you got to come here the right way. We showed video the other day. We have a border correspondent. His name is Anthony Aguero, who's Hispanic. Shows these little kids that are drugged out. He's shining 1,500 lumen flashlights in their fence as they're held with men coming across the border, posing as if it's their children. So this is what an open border does. You have the cartels now bringing up these kids, using them for others to get in. You know what happens to those kids after?
The trafficking.
They get sent back down to be used again to come through as a pass. And Border Patrol can't say anything. And the kids are so drugged, they can't say, no, it's not my dad. The video's insane. It's insane. Watching these poor little kids.
Yikes.
So you got an open border. Why? They want to import poverty into the country. They want to make sure that every suburb turns into an inner city. They despise suburbs. They want inner cities everywhere. They want everyone on the take of government. They want everyone beholden to government. They want everybody to get a check from government. And then who's going to vote for a guy that says, no more checks? Quite frankly, Americans are lazy. We got a lot of lazy people in this country. There are more lazy people than there are people like us that work hard, that will fight for this country. They'd rather just take a check.
I have seen that on TikTok, actually.
Have you?
Yes. And I have seen, too, some young people talking about, two different things. So one, that they're calling it a silent depression, that a lot of people are really, really struggling, way more than ever before, but it's not like, I don't know, like the Great Depression, maybe. And then you have compilations of people just crying. They're like, I am struggling. I work and I'm struggling. I can't pay my rent and I make this X amount that before they could probably live very nicely.
Now they can't buy houses.
They can't buy houses, and young people who really maybe are not lazy and it almost is deterrent because you're like, I keep working so hard. Like, when will the pressure ever let off? And then they show like before like maybe 2019 groceries for $100 was like this much, and now $100 will maybe buy you 4
But right
things.
now the gas prices are higher than in 50 years.
Of course.
And so I think that stuff that feels a little scary. I mean, even for myself, sometimes I was like, dang, I was taking so many steps forward, and now it feels like you fall so far back because you're like, I worked so hard and now can't do anything.
Well, this gets to what I asked you. What do you worry about?
Yeah,
On a personal level, that's it.
That stuff. And it is sad, people who have kids. I mean, these people really look like they're in despair. They're just crying and they're like, "This. So what is happening?"
Your kids that you teach, they all come from wealthy families? Most.
Yeah.
Most. Anybody drop off along the way because of problems or no? No.
Mm-mm.
So they're not worried about it. Could a middle class family afford to do what these kids do at your place?
It would be tough.
It would be tough. Okay. So when you look at inflation, what's happening? You said the groceries.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Biden will come out and he'll say, oh, but wages are up 3% from last year. But inflation was up 8%.
Mm-hmm.
So if the cost of everything went up 8%, but your salary only went up 3%, you're losing on that deal.
Yeah.
That's not a good deal.
No.
But people are so dumb they don't realize it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that stuff is scary. And I think I've wondered, I'm like, why would you want to ruin this country? I don't understand. That's so crazy.
Power.
To me. Yeah.
Power, that's always the thing.
That's it. They want the power over the people.
Mm-hmm.
When in fact, it's the people that grant the government power. That's what America was founded on. We grant them power. They work for us. They forget it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you what.
but nobody ever can do anything. They're too big and too powerful.
Well,
who can do something?
President Trump was, and you saw what happened to him.
That's what I'm saying. So no one can do anything.
And when is that election?
2024.
November.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Start working your kids at 17. Get them, indoctrinate them into the conservative way of thinking.
Like, you're going to do that. I know I have to be very careful because I don't know who is where, so I say nothing.
Yeah, we are very...
Yeah, and you know what? I understand for business, you got to, I mean, look, I owned an oil change business. I don't care if you come in with a Biden sticker. You're going to buy an oil change from me. Have at it. I need the money, and you need an oil change.
Yeah,
so
right.
let's do some business.
Yeah.
No big deal.
Right.
So
Well,
Tell us about the future of Stinchfield.
yeah.
With, like, what are your goals? What is on the horizon for you?
You know, I'm happy doing what I'm doing right now. I'm so focused on, I know it sounds so corny to say that I'm focused on this country and getting it headed in the right direction and talking to as many people as I can. That's my goal. And raising my son. I got a 14-year-old who is 6'1", 220 pounds.
Oh, wow.
It didn't take after his dad, clearly. And I'm focused on him. So,
Great.
That's it. People say, well, what do you want to do? You want to go to work for this place or that place? You want to run for office? People ask me. And I don't even think of that right now. It's just I'm taking it one day at a time. Get me to 2024 in this election, and then we'll talk about what the next step is.
Yeah, we should have you come back.
I was just going to ask you,
Come
would
back
you please
anytime.
come back?
Yeah, of
because
course.
I feel like we didn't have enough time.
I
And we want
know.
to play our segments with you, too, and we didn't have enough
Oh,
time
man,
today.
I was hoping to do that. That would have been more fun than talking politics.
I know.
No, will you come back? We'll have you back.
Of course,
we
I would
need to
love
have
to.
you back
yes.
for another
I
couple
feel like
hours.
I hijacked the conversation. Go figure.
No,
That's what you're
love
supposed
it.
to do.
I
know.
That's what you're here for. That's what we
Exactly.
wanted.
We love it. Thank you.
Well,
we are so
Thank
honored that
you.
you came on the
And
show.
where can everybody find
Yes.
you?
Oh, yeah, super important. GrantStinchfield.com, GrantStinchfield.com, Stinchfield 1776 on just about every platform. Stinchfield 1776.
And if they want to talk to you personally, do they do that
Yeah,
through the website?
So through the website, I respond to all emails. Instagram gets hard to respond to every
it's a lot.
DM. There's a lot, and then I get involved. Like people want to have a conversation. It's like it's the weirdest thing. I'm like, how do you think I have time to be having this conversation back and forth? So I respond once. That's what you get. You get one response. And then people send me reels. Like, why are strangers sending me reels? Like reels that I have already seen 1,000,000 times. Why are these people sending me this?
Because they think you need to see it.
I
and
guess.
just
I
change
know.
I
something.
guess. I should be grateful.
Yeah.
So they call them Stinchfield's Army. And that is who I'm grateful for. There's a whole movement, Stinchfield's Army.
Oh,
And
my
that's
God. Yeah, we didn't
cool.
talk about that
yes,
at all.
well, that's just people who watch and listen and really
support.
and support and feel strongly about America. And Stinchfield's Army, Tucker Carlson's Army, all of Fox News' Army, Newsmax's Army, One America News, Real America's Voice, all those armies, those are the people who are going to save America. You guys even having me on and talking about it, reaching an audience that probably has either turned off halfway through this conversation or maybe listened and was like, oh, I never
Thought about
That's
it.
the most important place
Yes.
I can go.
Or they can go follow you now and kind of,
See.
yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe they're curious.
hopefully.
Need more followers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Get them.
Thank you
Thank you so
much.
much. Oh, my.